Why do I even care about investing or money or anything like that? Why do I care? Well, freedom, that's why. Simple as that. Without money, you don't have freedom because people have to have money to live and to pay for medical expenses and to move around. So long story short, that's why. Now, how much money do you need? It depends on what you want to do in life. If you're satisfied just staying at home and playing computer all day, like me for the most part, I'm okay with doing that, then you don't really need to save all that much money in order to retire. But if you have a family, which I also do, then you need to consider that because there's medical expenses involved, childcare and education. So, all that costs money. And if you want to spend time with your family, then you need to save money. So there's, you could be retired today potentially. You could go to a cheaper country and live. I can give you a few if you don't know. Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. Well, no, not Singapore. Singapore is kind of expensive actually. The Philippines, Indonesia. You could probably, if you saved up like $50,000 and you don't mind living the local life, then you can probably just go over there and live a very minimalistic life, but an enjoyable one. If that's what you want to do, is just kind of hang out and enjoy life and not have to go to resorts, and spend a lot of money, then you could probably do that right now. For the most of you guys watching this video, because of the tags and the kind of what videos that you're watching. But for me, I'm guessing I'll probably have to have at least $10 million to be comfortable. So I can live in different countries and different years. But $10 million total, or I could actually save up less if I'm having cash flow. So what cash flow is basically extra money that you get from investments that you can count on having every single month. So for example, if I'm renting out a few houses, and each house I get $1,000 because I've paid off the house, and all that I'm paying off is taxes and insurance, then if I have 10 houses like that, then I'm making $10,000 per year, which covers my living expenses, which means I don't really have to have that much cash saved up to deplete. So, either one of the two things: build up a lot of cash that you'll deplete in retirement, or number two, build up lots of assets that produce cash flow that you can use. The cash flow method is a little bit more risky because when you own things can happen. Like, if you have tenants, for example, they could trash the place. They could get into accidents on your property and try to sue you to reclaim that, what they think are damages. But hey, no risk, no reward. And there's ways to mitigate the liability, such as putting your properties under LLCs or buying an umbrella insurance policy. But if there's a huge catastrophe where you get charged $20 million, even your umbrella policy probably won't cover it. So in those cases, it's probably better to have an LLC. So just consider the scale of the properties, what could potentially happen. Like if you owned a bar, for example, it probably makes sense to definitely put those into an LLC. If you owned a warehouse, something big and major, something that stores volatile chemicals, who knows, it's probably better in that case to have an LLC. But if you have a property, you may be able to get away with just having an umbrella insurance that covers all of them for a smaller property portfolio. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit off track here, but basically what I wanted to tell you guys is think about your future. Think about what you want. Do you want to be working your current job forever? If the answer is yes, and you love it, and it's the most amazing thing ever, I'm going to warn you that might change. Situations may change. You may get older, your company may change, They may treat you differently when you get older, and it doesn't hurt to start thinking about the future. Have a good one, guys.